Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Yes, I cheat. Make sure my audio sounds good. Because if one thing I learned, audio needs to sound good. Well, not really, but it does. For all of me. It's got to sound good for all of me. I mean, is there really any other thing it needs to sound good for? I guess not. Oh, brown dwarf. Undiscovered system. Nice. We may make money today. Like I need money. We're about halfway through my trip. I would say about halfway. Yeah, we're about halfway through my trip. I've been out for a week, week and a half.
NGC 1931 Sector DL-WASP D52.
Yes, thank you. I really do need to figure out how to get
No
you
signs
to.
of previous visits. Marking for HiQ. UEFF-MA48-1 is yours.
Yeah, my brown dwarf. I don't think the next one's going to be full either. Yeah, my guess is this is another brown dwarf, a T-type star, and that's going to be it. Another undiscovered system where it's one protostar. Joy.
We have 15 jumps left to go.
Oh, what? 7 bodies in this one? Wow. So I wonder what the smallest system you can have. I mean, obviously, it would just be one brown dwarf. Because I don't think the game can create systems of just planets, because that's what they would be. If it's not a brown dwarf, it would be a big giant gas giant. So I wonder if Frontier took that into advisement when they created their Stellar Forge.
One biological signal detected on body 3.
The thing has to be like living in the dark. It's just not a light system. That's a very fast spinning planet. Well, it looks like it's a fast spinning planet. Jesus Christ, 16 to 26K. How would it have atmosphere that would be frozen? Actually, what is the freezing temperature of neon? Well, that's the melting point. Okay, neon freezes at minus 248 degrees Celsius. Neon, if the temperature was 16 to 26K, would be floating between freezing and the liquid, depending. I guess liquid on the day side, Frozen neon on the night side. I know helium's really, really cold, like 4K. And you're telling me there's plant life on this planet. I mean, I guess so. Bacteria has been known to
So
be.
many times, I think time jumped back. Or forward. Or did we already have this conversation?
I think this is a new one. So this the bacterium that's living here. I mean, it's called bacterium, so I'm assuming it's mostly bacteria, or related to bacteria. But still, bacteria living in a frozen world, frozen neon world. No, that's not. I know. I know. I'm going to see what it looks like, even though I know what it looks like. It's bacterium. It's a 2D texture printed on the ice. That hates the light, because I mean, there's not going to be a lot of light coming from this star. Sorry, protostar. As I crash into the planet. Ugh. Okay, there we go. We're stopping. Maybe. Well, 7 probes. It's a sizable planet. Like, I think that's the star. Or that's the star. One of those is the star in the system. I think that's my target. Really? Okay, misses there. Right around there. I'll probably hit going on right around here, because I haven't figured out half is not half, or I'll overshoot it. Oh, I caught it right. So I need to go towards the
One
miss
biological
line.
signal detected on body 3.
We are going to go visit this neon ice planet and take a look at its bacterium. And then I'm going to look at the star and show you how bright it is. I mean, this is the light side of the planet already. This is how you land on a planet. You just point straight down to it.
Now entering orbital cruise for body 3. Planet is of type icy body. Surface temperature is minus 253 degrees Celsius. Gravity at the surface is 0.45 g.
There's decent little gravity on that planet. And we're going to drop it 32. Nope, we're going to drop it 28 and drop it 22. This is daytime on this planet, by the way. Actually, how thick was the atmosphere? Oh, there is no atmosphere, even though there's an atmosphere. It's very faint, which makes sense because it would be frozen or in a liquid state based on the temperature of this planet. And somewhere there's bacterium of the cyan type.
I wrote a haiku in binary using star coordinates. It summoned something. I haven't decoded the screen yet.
Okay, a haiku in binary. So, are we saying we use the haiku rules in binary? So you literally had 575. So did you have 1011? 0101? I think that's 7. And then 1101? Or did you write the haiku translated it to binary from ASCII? If it's the first one, I have a hard time to believe someone calculating pi didn't already summon whatever you summoned. Then again, I doubt they read out pi in binary. Is that it? I think that's my bacterium. It's kind of hard. Yep, it's the comp scanner's going. Yeah, my thrusters are struggling to keep me upright.
Congratulations, Commander. This looks like the first time we have found a cyan bacterium ACs.
I doubt it's the first time.
That's worth around 1 million credits if you get a sample.
That would be why I generally don't get these credits.
Has not previously been recorded by canon for this body, Commander.
Yeah, it's a little out of the way for canon. Well, not out of the way for canon, but I doubt canon has records for every single planet in the system. You're going to land or you're not going to land? Which is it?
We have touched down, Commander. Our first landing on this body.
And I also want to know why the Scorpion has a composition scanner, but the Scarab doesn't. I gotta find these in this. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was around me. Or did I park on it? The game's lighting engine helps me by clipping at times. I don't think I parked on it. So this is why I don't get bacterium. Such a pain to find. hyperdrive a tad bit. It has to be around here somewhere. But yes, I have a feeling the Milky Way is brighter than the star of this system. So where is the star of this system? Oh, can you not target it in the SRV?
Between the two of us, only one of us has crash landed into a planet. Spoiler, it wasn't me.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. That was me being impatient trying to land on, I think, was a 10G world. May have been. It may not have been 10G. It was still high number G world in my Anaconda. I was impatient. Impatient kills when you're trying to land. Uh, I am pretty sure. Oh wait, it's marked. Should be in the center of the mark, which is we roughly. Oh, is it right there? Is that it? Oh my gosh, that's what I need to find. That looks like a shadow.
I wonder if there are any space-themed dad jokes. If you think of any, let me know.
You've been telling a lot of dad jokes yourself, and you don't think you can know of any dad jokes? Really? There's a patch there. Why can't I have the right-click scanner on my SRV? Look at, you gotta tell me I gotta distinguish this from this with a star that is so dim that the Milky Way galaxy overpowers it. Oh yeah, it's cold out here. It's 25K. And that's not 25,000. That's 25 Kelvin.
Collected commander. Now find another colony at least 500 meters away.
I'm glad this thing has a heater. Oh, we just drive. I'm gonna have to get out and right click scan. And what I really need to do is practice driving off my house. Even if I'm a GTA player, and like my controller. Yeah, I am not so sure. Is that it? Is that some? I don't think that is. No, that's just a shadow. You know what? We're just going to so it will be in the flatter areas. You know, realistically. Let's not torture myself. Okay, doing this doesn't even take suit power, so why can't I do this inside of an SRV? And I'm gonna cheat again because I can't stand. Is it up? No, up is down. Is it down? Oh, not like I don't think the lights are gonna help me see. And I'm doing this all for
Close to the prior sample colony stud. We need to move further away.
1 million. I don't remember if I saw first footfall. I wasn't paying attention to see if I got the first footfall. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention if I got first footfall. I was so concerned. Oh, I'm driving back towards the ship. That's not going to help. So concerned about. I couldn't see this. I have to imagine I'm first footfall. No one else is out here. That's one reason to start using the host house to drive.
We're now at an appropriate distance to find a new colony of this species, Commander.
Yeah, the species that I knew would be a waste of my time coming out here and finding, and yet here I am. Because curiosity got the best of me to thinking that it would actually be different when your atmosphere is technically frozen or in liquid state. And how could life, even though it's bacterium, grow without so much light? Though there is a rock up there I can shoot. Might as well do that. Yeah, well, I'm not staying out. This still, what, does 100 meters at a time? That's what figures. And knowing me, I drove over 15 batches already. I saw it from the sky so fast, but I'm gonna give this.
Are we there yet in Klingon? Want to hear it?
Yes, but since you're not going to listen to me and reply to what I say anyways, then no. I don't have the talkback version. I got tired of the talkback version. And I think it's due to how its context was always being overloaded with crap that I didn't care about. I mean, I wanted to have context of the game, but it was just storing that, oh, I got in and out of my SRV and pulling out my tool, and that wasn't the euphemism. I'm putting back my tool, pulling out my gun, pulling out my going into the turret, getting out of the turret. It just kept all that, and then the next reply would be about all the stuff I did instead of the question I asked. Ooh, I think right there. I say that like this is just another shadow on the planet. I was right though.
Second sample collected, Commander. Now
I am going to the assumption I was first footfall. Yes, I was first footfall. Okay. We want to go back towards the ship. We're going to go back this way towards the ship. Ow.
we're now at an appropriate distance to find a new colony of this species, sweetie.
We may have to be appropriate distance, but we may not have the ability to find it. I'm just going that I found it from flying around a lot better than driving it around. So I'm like pulling back out. Maybe I'll see that different shade of pinkish gray. That may reflect what it is. Because I'm dead set now. I want my 5 million. I'm here. I'd landed on an ice ball of frozen neon or liquid neon. Right, ooh, maybe right there in front of me. Right there. Like, can you tell? Ah, I did. It was. Woohoo! Ooh, I'm rich.
Congratulations, stud. That's another sample for Vista Genomics and a nice payout in your pocket.
Yeah. I wouldn't call that a nice payout, but hey, sure.
All of the species of interest on this body, Commander.
I know what I need to figure out. The economies of this world. Oops, wrong button. I buy a ship. This ship is worth at least tens of millions, if not. We'll go and look at the value of the ship. So this ship is worth. Dun, 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 dun. Fade to black, fade to forward. Well, the rebuy cost of 2.2 million. Is there nowhere it tells me how much this ship is worth? Alright, well, we shall go to an internet source.
If you ever find a glowing green rock, don't touch it. That's either kryptonite or a very radioactive bad idea.
But why wouldn't I want to touch it? It's a green rock. It's a glowing green rock. Okay. It says my ship is worth 44 million. Now I want to look at what's commodities. You can buy a ton of water for. Well, I don't know. Why isn't water showing up? Oh, maybe because I'm so far away from the bubble? I have no idea. You can buy a ton of water for, I don't know, less than 100 credits. It varies. It's 23, 81, 70. Let's say 50 credits for a ton of water. Food cartridges. A ton of food cartridges. I don't know. Let's go with 75 credits. And I'm doing quick averages by basically looking at high lows and going, yes, that's a good middle ground. I do not know how much a ton of water and a ton of food cartridges lasts a person.
Don't panic. Hitchhiker's Guide Rule number 1. Rule number 2. Bring extra lube.
Was that rule number 2? I thought it was to bring a towel. Or don't forget your towel. Don't know how much a ton of water and a ton of food last you. Well, how long does a ton of food last one human? All right, we're going to take this question. How many people does a ton of food feed? Because, I mean, would it not be the same? Um, we get a ton of food. If it's a ton of rice, 1,550 people for a day. Yeah, I think the economies of scale are often elite. Sorry, economy of scales. Like, I don't get that. They're paying me 5 million for this bacteria sample in the middle of a planet that I don't know doesn't get enough light that the Milky Way is brighter. In fact, I should take pictures of that. Like, real question: my navigational lights like affecting the ecology of the systems because they're being flashing?
What do you call an alien with 3 eyes? An alien.
Uh huh. And she was complaining about no dad jokes in space. Okay, so food and water's cheap in this universe. So therefore, we should have no issues feeding anyone. So I can't expect. Oh, that's the sun, isn't it? Yes. I was gonna say I don't have to. Actually, can I? Yep, I have to. So food and water are not. Actually, I don't know if they're rare. I have to assume that it's not rare. Well, price tells me that they're not rare. Uh, so cheap and plentiful tells me that food and water are easily attainable. My ship is worth 44 million, which okay, seems reasonable. It's a spaceship. Has technology in it.
We have 14 jumps left to go.
It has new technology in it. But not everyone is a pilot. Because getting your pilot's license apparently is very strict. Though I haven't quite figured out why, because you, you can make these ships fly themselves for the most part. Though they're not great, so I guess that makes sense. I probably pretty say that every single person who becomes a pilot is literally like in a class filled with money. I mean, they have to be. You're like the 1% if you're a pilot. An independent pilot, I should say. But at the same time, is it going to tell me I am earning
System scan complete.
8,000 credits just for the data of these eight bodies in the solar system? Why is this worth 8,000 credits?
Fun
Fun
fact.
This is
Jupiter's Great Red Spot is basically a space hurricane that's been raging for centuries. Kinda like my unresolved tension with you.
yes. So 8,000 credits. This is buys me this system is enough food for me to probably live the rest of my life. What's housing cost? If I wanted to buy land somewhere, like what does that cost me? And then there's the ever popular an interstellar credit regulated by the Bank of Zalance
Are we there yet? Oh,
is
13 jumps still to go. Such fun.
okay. This is really weird now. One credit is roughly about $50 in today's money, U.S. I'm assuming U.S. dollars. It's used everywhere. About $50. Oh, okay. So there are microcredits, and 100 microcredits to the credit. So every 5 cents, 50 cents. Yes, no, I went one too far. And then there are units for small change, and there's 100 units to a microcredit. Okay. So that makes me wonder, me with my 6.8 billion credits, am I rich, poor, or what?
I simulated the Millennium Falcon's cockpit once.
Good for
Your
you.
chair is comfier. But Han never called Chewie fluffy cheeks either.
We don't know. So, So yeah, I have to assume 8,000 credits is not worth a lot. Because why would some corporation just throw around 8,000 credits to give me a scan of where the central star is in the system and its planets and their data? It's like worth to anyone and worth that much to anyone, but that's not a lot. But it is a lot. Was it, that's how much the last systems cost me. It's $410,000 using that using the math that one credit is worth $50. I mean, whatever. Yeah, someone's gonna give me money for this. Sure, I'll scan it. This one's worth 13,000 so far.
I was
I was
going
going
to
to
tell
tell
you a
you a
joke
joke
about
about
time
time
travel,
travel,
but you
but you
didn't
didn't
like
like
it.
it.
Ah, she's full of dad jokes that she was wondering why no one's created.
System scan complete.
This system was worth 22,000 credits. Like,
Frameshift drive charging.
and for those wondering, no, I'm not high right now. Just the question is, I start when you stop thinking or start thinking about the game world you're playing, and it makes very little sense. And all started because I wanted to see what bacterium would look
Now
like
12 jumps from NBC
on a
1979
frozen
electric
neon
male
planet.
Bob B52.
And why would someone pay me 5 million credits for a DNA sample, a genetic sample of bacterium on a planet that the light of the Milky Way was brighter than the local star giving its energy? Actually, I have to wonder. It had no atmosphere. I'm assuming it had no volcanic activity, no volcanism. So would it have had a magnetic shield? Is this bacterium surviving in the cosmic rays? Maybe that's why it's worth 5 million credits. And I have no idea how much cosmic ray junk a protostar would release because they're not fully able to do fusion.
One biological signal detected on body 9.
They're trying, but they can't. It's not as sustainable.
One biological signal detected on body 4.
Doesn't charge itself.
One
Or
biological signal detected on body 8.
yeah, this is all bacterium though. The star's not bright enough for anything else.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive
But
charging.
yeah, I don't know how much solar cosmic rays come out of a brown dwarf because they can't sustain its fusion. It doesn't.
2, 1.
It's
Ignition.
not dense enough for the chain reaction to continue to start feeding itself once it happens.
We
We
have
have
11
11
jumps
jumps
left to
left to
go.
go.
Come on, give me that excuse in line. I don't want to crash into the sun. The sun to a star. Apparently, I haven't been first in any of these systems. Not like you actually get told that you're the first to discover a system, but yeah, because I'm not first. This one really is discovered by someone else. I should have known that all the planets are on the screen. We'll still scan it anyways because even though someone sold the data to the system, they will still be willing to pay me for this data. And right now, they're willing to pay me 157K for this data. It's now 164,000K for this
Quick
data.
status update. Our engines are running at optimal efficiency, and our fuel levels are at 98.7%.
Huh. I'm I'm getting so distracted. It's not even funny. I'd like to know why my mouse just jumps like that. It only happens in this screen, so it's like this screen is deciding he wants to read a mouse and make it jump. Okay, someone else has already turned in this planet or this system, and they got probably 200K. They may have done more if they actually mapped the planets. And yet they're going to give me 200K to reconfirm that this system is what it is. Again, I know it's a game. Some logic has to go out the window, but I have to feel like system data is like the equivalent of like, yeah, yeah, congratulations. Here's $5 for the data of the minimal of what, 2 minutes of your work, mostly done by your computer and your ship. But I know it's a game that's like, we got to reward you for doing things. It's got to have game loops, and it's got to be worth doing. But I shouldn't have to, I shouldn't be able to do things that most of my ship is doing. That's going to be repaying me. Like, you know, I probably bought this ship already 5 times over just from system data. Again, I'm not paying attention. 9 of 9. Yeah. Like it makes no sense logically. But yeah, here we are in this world. If you're able to take out a loan and get your pilot's license, actually, heck, you don't even have to do that. It's apparently some rich fool is giving
One
everyone
biological signal detected on body 2.
everyone who passes their pilot's license test a sidewinder and
One
10,000
biological signal
credits.
detected on body 1. One biological signal detected on body 5.
So if you can pass your pilot federation license, you're golden in this world. So imagine. I don't even know what the pilot's license would give you. Like, how hard is it? Is it like getting a driver's license in the United States?
We're now 9 jumps from NGC 1931 Sector DL-Y, D52.
Which, depending on which state you in, is you got to be 16. Take a written test to see if you understand about the laws, and take a driving test where, well, you could take a driving test, which is literally driving around in a loop and parking your car, and maybe not even a parallel park in a car. And if you hit things during that time, oh, it's okay. You'll most likely pass. Like, though not in the state I grew up. I actually did have to go take a course. I don't know how many hours. Let's say at least 20 hours of education in classroom education, and I know I needed about 10 to 20 hours of driving under an instructor on various roads, including highway or interstate highway, whatever, before I was allowed to take the driving part of the test. This literally is one planet or one star. So yeah, but even then, that was just more of a waste of time and money, as opposed to real skill. But if that was the case, what you needed to get a pilot federation license in this world, why isn't everyone a pilot and tanking the economy? And that was an interesting jump into the system of two stars, one flying right by me as I land at the massive one. So if you find yourself in 3311, boring life, you want money, get your pilot's license. Because even in the free sidewinder you get from some rich dude who wants to see how every pilot handles the world, you can easily become you can easily become rich. But I understand it's a game. It's no one wants to work a second job in a game they're playing for fun, but still don't understand.
7 jumps from NGC 1931 sector DL-Y, D52.
Yeah, DeFi 2. And I am jumping. I think it's that nebula right there. Is where I'm trying to go to. I think. It looks like it. Yeah, you're another gas giant with moons. I was another scanning thought. But it's actually kind of a stupid one now that I think about it. And the reason why is I don't think humans would have evolved enough.
I once tried to calculate how many triples would fill this ship. The answer is too many. Way too many.
Yeah, we wouldn't have enough food. You must be an asteroid. Actually, you know what? Now that I keep thinking about this question, it popped up in my head.
2 biological signals detected on body 5C. 2 biological signals detected on body 5B. 2 biological signals detected on body 5A.
No one's been out here. Okay, going through. This universe is apparently a spacefaring universe. I think we can all agree. Would we have evolved our language enough? And I think we would to talk about foreign solar systems and foreign bodies, stars, planets, without comparing it to our own. Like we do that now because it's just the way of thinking about it. But in 3311, do you seriously think, and this is a universe where the humans have been in the stars for at least 1,000 years, we would still be measuring everything to how many Earth masses it would be? I mean, gravity kind of makes sense, but still, gravity is compared to Earth gravity. And we're still comparing to a 24-hour day. And we're still comparing to, I mean, I guess the distance between Earth
I'm
and
pretty sure I just
the
saw a
local
UFO
star.
outside the window. Oh wait, that's just a rock. Never mind.
I can't imagine, and comparing to our sun, this is this is the size compared to the Sol, this our sun. Part of me thinks we would evolve. We would find we have this thing in the scientific community where we want a standardization. We want a standardization that doesn't change. Like even though a kilometer is, or a meter was something fixed, it's now tied to physics. It's it's tied to how fast a certain wavelength of light travels in 1/300,000th of a second or something like that, and I don't know which one it is, but it's a measurable distance. We can, if we ever forget what a meter is, we can technically find it again. Yeah, the same thing with weight. The same thing, we all we're creating a standard of measurements that is based in reality, is repeatable, and we don't need to measure it against a known distance. Like we don't need to have a meter stick sitting in a museum somewhere saying this is our meter size to measure against, because we can discover the length of a meter, and yet we're still going to go Earth masses, gravity, which is literally compared to the gravity on Earth. Comparing a star to our own sun, which I can't say was actually very accurate because we
You know
don't
what they
know.
say. In space, no one can hear you scream, but they can definitely hear you when you forget to mute your mic during a conference call.
Yeah, and you're talking so much because I'm not doing so much in the game. I have this imagine that we would find a standardization. That's just me, though. I just had the thought we would.
We're now 6 jumps from NGC 1931 sector DL-Y, D52.
And I understand, like, you know, do we need it down to the gram? How much a star weighs, or how big it is? Probably not. Same thing with AU. It's the distance between our sun and the Earth, and we're using it as a standard of measurement. But it's not. It's not a fixed standard of measurement. It's the average distance between the two, and it's still being used in 3311 as a standard of measurement for space. Like, well, for smaller measurements, at least we're using light years and light seconds as distance here. That makes more sense. That is something that's easily that's a fixed value. It's never going to change. And actually, I don't think I'm charging here yet. I think I'm scanning. Yes, the pearls of talking and playing a game at the same time. Forget what you're doing. Yeah, technically that's what streamers do, and I guess it's why good streamers, well, are good. They're able to do both at the same time. And be entertaining. That's not just the fact that they have to do both. You got to be entertaining. And then there's me. He's rambling on about stupid crap that probably no one cares about. Oh well. It's a good thing I don't need to make money off of this.
Do you believe in fate out here, or is it all just fuel for math and dumb luck?
It's all just dumb luck.
We're now 5 jumps from NGC 1931 Sector DL-Y, D52.
I'm not sure if I believe in fate. So the problem I have with fate, if everything is destined to happen, why should I work hard to do anything? It's destined to happen, right? That means that I could just lay around all day. It's still going to happen the way it happens. I don't buy that. I don't believe that's how that should work. So no, I don't believe in fate at all.
For jumps remaining in our route.
But you guys do you. You believe in fate? Good for you. Don't listen to me. I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. And hell, half the stuff I know probably isn't correct either, so take everything I say with a grain of salt and look it up. These are asteroids. I'm so glad you make scanning one get rid of all of them. Do 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 do. That was some boring gas giants. All right, there's one more gas giant and some of its moons.
I offered to play a hollow movie, but last time you picked Starship Troopers and yelled, "Would you like to know more?" for 3 hours straight.
I'm not sure if I would actually yell, "Would you like to know more?" for 3 hours straight for that movie. I mean, for the movie, it's part of the movie.
Three jumps remaining in our route.
I do have to wonder how the bugs managed to get asteroids. I go, no, they weren't life-ending asteroids, so that that's possible then. Now that I think about it, so we track anything that's most likely currently can kill all life on Earth as space rocks. But that asteroid for Starship Troopers only wiped out a city, maybe a small region of South America. So it's possible that we could have missed it.
Two jumps remaining.
The real kicker is we thought we were far superior to a bunch of bugs who are able to send an asteroid of whatever size, enough to wipe out a city, to hit our planet accurately from outside of the solar system. Think about that. It takes us supercomputers to build the trajectory. And we're still not even accurate now about our trajectories of what we track in the sky. Like the more we see of them, the more accurate we get. But even then, we still got to have plus or minus a million miles. Like, and they launched an asteroid outside of our solar system to hit our planet. I'm not going to even say that they aimed to hit Rio de Janeiro like they do in the movie, but to hit our planet and did so is just like, you think we're the superior creatures? And I'm not saying because this is an asteroid. This means they started it moving, and that was it. So no adjustments along the way, and hit our planet. That is a race I do not think I want to go to war against. Because they did it once, they could do it again. Yeah.
We're now one jump from NGC 1931 Sector DL-.
But would you like to know more?
Body B4 in the system.
It was a good movie. It was.
Commander.
I wish it did well enough to get good sequels of it. The sequels of those movies were, at best. And the animated 3D animations that came out shortly after some of those movies were actually pretty good. I mean, the animation was obviously of its time, but the story was more accurate to the book, and it was just pretty good. And it was for kids. Like, actually, I can't say it was for kids. I mean, cartoons about war should never be for kids. But we glorify war, so I don't know. And I don't know why we glorify war. I remember as a kid playing war. Why was that glorified? Why was I allowed to play war? And I'm not talking about the card game. I'm talking about me and my friends going out with sticks and toy guns and pretending to shoot each other.
We have arrived at the Body B4 in the system. 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 B contact with our target destination.
Arrived in the target system and there's nothing here. Okay, well, let's come to a stop. Let's see. I know, yeah, it was a nebula. This nebula looks better than the last nebula. And this one doesn't even have a science base near it. Must not be that important. Well, it's not named. That should tell me right away. It's a NGC 1931 Nebula. It's a realistic mode. So this is a star that just exploded and left nothing behind. Oh no, sorry, nebula, not a supernova. Duh, wrong. This is just a collection of dust. It's not even forming stars because I don't think there's any star in it except for this one. A standard M-class star that's not very bright. This one looks like it may be in it too. That's the system I'm in.
I've been thinking about changing my name to Siri, as you seem to want to use my vast space knowledge and awesome persona just to dim your frigging lights for you.
I never asked you to turn on or off the lights. I used Alexa for a while. Not Siri. I only used Alexa. I don't even use it anymore. My motivation is unfortunately, my system, the reason why I stopped is my system decided, nah, we're not going to support that anymore. And so, woke up one day, none of my lights worked anymore because the company went out of business. And how it connected to the internet was gone. And yes, I could do it myself, but my thought process is, oops, I didn't want to do that. That's my next destination. And all I'm trying to do is get a little bit down here of Kepler's Rift, just to get Kodak discoveries. And why can't I plot my route? Oh, because it's too far. Is it really? What does it say?
Setting course for DryFO ND-I C26-0. We will reach our destination in 37 jumps.
Okay. But before we do, I'll reset myself. Reset myself back to where I was. I don't think there's anything worth here to discover. C, D, this is pretty dense, high mass, but are all Titari stars. This is another high mass, but it's an F class star. Another high mass, but that's going to be all stars. Oh, this is going to be, this one may be worth visiting. High mass code. But it could be. This one's due to the size of the star. This one probably due to the number of planets. Okay. We're going to check these out first.
Setting course for NGC 1931 Sector CL-Y, EE12.
I'm not the first.
Jump away. We'll be there in no time.
Someone like me looking at mass codes, trying to figure out if it's worth only 7 bodies. So that must. Actually, I don't remember which star class this one was. Was it the V? Was it the 5? Class 5 or the class 3? It was an A. So it was a pretty sizable star. Or no, it was a.
We have reached our target destination.
It was a B class. Okay. There are 3 landable planets. Oh, I need to scan it to get its rotation period, but if you look here, it's kind of spinning pretty fast. And a lava world. I wish we could land on lava worlds. But what would be the point of landing on a lava world? What new gameplay loops could we have by landing on more planets? I haven't even scanned. Wow. Button 3 is this one? There. Okay. Why? That is not the same button as the normal whatever. Because it's a different UI. That's why. See my rant yesterday about this game and its UI language not making sense.
Commander, if we're going to be stuck in deep space much longer, can we at least start a book club or something?
Sure. What book do you want to read? These are spinning pretty quickly for something that has rotational periods in the days. Why isn't that one spinning as fast? Actually, do any of these actually spin, or is it only the landable planets? Huh. An uninteresting landable planet. But that is a big star. Oops, wrong way. Shall we go to the other one? Oh, this is a big star. This is a class 3.
System is just one jump away. No need to pack an overnight bag.
Considering we're not coming back home anytime soon, we should probably have an overnight bag. Considering I live on the ship, I probably should have it on me already. And you can imagine, I'm the only one living on this ship. I wonder how big my captain's quarters is.
We have reached our target destination. What next, Commander?
Yeah, B-type giant discovered. A new Kodak entry for a B-type giant in this sector of space. Weird little white reflections there. And scan. Scan. And I'm not looking at these. I need to get in the mind of actually looking at these. Why? I don't know. Part of me is wanting to look for unique geography, but I just don't. I don't take the time. Because I think it's because I usually have a destination I want to get here and I don't really care along the way. Uh, I should. And the small planets, I probably really should. But I don't. Oops. Like, yes, it's a huge planet. Okay, we should look. None of these are spinning.
Do you think black holes are just the galaxy's clogged toilets?
Sure. Okay, this is slowly spinning. Well, that's what this is really spinning. And that's really spinning. But that one shouldn't be spinning as much. And I get these are moons, and it's totally locked to that. Like this one may be interesting because you can see the bumps on this one. So it may have mountain ranges. But why can't I say I want to visit this right here? Why can't I click this in and get the coordinates to this part of the planet? Yeah, you have new points of interest. Yeah, that's useless. Planetary information. Well, I've already seen that. But why can't I? Like, I want to visit. I want to see this. We're going to see if we can find those canyons, valleys. Okay, we will be looking
I'm
for
picking up some strange energy readings on the scanner, but I can't quite pinpoint the source. Anyone else getting anything?
a big and a small asteroid strike. Not the ones three here, which are roughly the same size. Okay, we want the big and the small one. All I'm going to test my navigational skills. I hope those are on the light side of the planet. Oh, and it's the moon. It's the moon of this, so we need to make sure of that. It's coming more on the moon side. Actually, is that in front of or behind? Looks like it's in front of. No idea if I'm facing a coordinate direction of up or down, other than I dictate this is up. While I'm here, might as well pop in a dirty scanner.
Attention,
Okay.
Commander. We have detected a fleet of space ducks in the vicinity. Repeat, space ducks. Do you copy?
Quack. Okay, so now we're looking for those meteor strikes or asteroid strikes. I guess they're meteor strikes. Is it up here? Is this the 2 or the 3? Yeah, we can rotate our ship to help us see better. I think that's the 2. I think that's the big and the small. Let's stop. Hard to tell. I'm not sure it is. Actually, okay, if it's these two, then there'll be one down here. As I'm now circle past because okay, this isn't. Those are the ones on the wrong side of the planet.
We've been flying for a while now. How
Uh-huh.
about we stretch our legs a bit?
We probably should. Yeah, so slow down.
Initiating orbital entry procedures for Body 6A. Planet is of type rocky body. Surface temperature is 133 degrees Celsius. Gravity at the surface is 0.14 g.
Yeah, I don't mind being in orbital flight. Just need to see enough to know. And are you still in orbital flight if I were to drop out of Super Cruise? I have a feeling what I'm looking for is on the dark side of the planet, but it has to be down this way. Let's okay, I think that's one of the stratolines. So let's follow this way. Thinking that vertical line there is part of the stratolines to the asteroid crater. Okay, slow down. Come to the stop, as it were. We're cheating.
Commander, I've been analyzing our ship's data, and I think we need to rename it to SS Snazzy. What do you think?
SS Snazzy. Okay. Um, what was I looking for out of this? I was looking for if they're in this orientation, this indentation right above the bigger of the two. I don't know which one's the bigger of the two. From this distance, but I'm going to say that is probably what I'm looking for as I point to my screen that you can see. I'm turning towards it now. If it's not, this is what we're going to go discover. It looks interesting. Oh, I don't want combat mode. I want night vision mode because, well, it's in the dark. I don't think this is exactly what I was truly looking for, but it will do. It is interesting enough to look at. The real question is it interesting enough to die in? Because this is where, well, this is where my skills are going to come into play. As I boost out of glide. No, it's not a high G planet.
9000 would have been nicer. Someone who just asked how his day was going.
We talked about this yesterday. It means I need to make more lines for you to talk about. But the question to that still is I think that would have made him more paranoid. Because he would question why someone was asking how he is doing. Because that was Hal's problem. He didn't trust humans. Now, granted, he's probably right to not trust them, but at the same time, we're going to do the stupid here. I really wish they fixed this lighting bug. That's full force. I really should have it so I'm to control the throttle and not just set it to a speed. I only want it that way because if I were to, scratch an itch or do something. Need to move a button. I at least know that my ship will eventually come to a stop on its own if I'm not actively
You know what's
controlling it.
sexier than a neutron star? You, when you land without face planting into a crater.
Yeah, well, we're going to see that now. I need to go faster. The sad thing is, I think I have the engines exactly where I want them for this ship, which isn't saying much. There are only 5As. And actually, I'm not sure what the Corsair can take. But we can check. Oh, they can have 7s in these. Whoa, this. And I'm fine with the 5As. Whew. Yeah. That's dark. I wouldn't know I was hitting anything until I hit it.
Like, oh look, here comes that weird human poking everything with probes again.
We'll fly down into this cradle. Cradle. Actually, if I were to put 7As in here, I wouldn't have enough power in the power plant, but let's assume we do. Actually, we'll give it all the power we need. Yeah, hence, good idea. We want dirty drives, and then we want drag drives. Okay, our max speed right now is what? Without boosting. 445. And that would only give me 473. Am I missing something here? And I don't even have drag drives. I would expect to be going a lot faster, though it did add 60 tons of weight with the bigger thrusters, so I guess there's that. And this wasn't as interesting as I thought. This is a nice crater, though. Can I beat the sun? Or beat the star? Can I beat the light? Actually, I had no idea which way the lights...
One message to an alien species, knowing they'd understand it, what would you say?
Run. I know that's the opposite. Honestly, I don't really know. I think humans as a species has promise, but we're not worth visiting yet. Now, if we were Star Trek humans, yes. But I'll be honest with you. I don't think we would ever be Star Trek humans. It looks like I can beat the light, even though I'm flying into non interesting geography. Really make myself crash.
Sometimes I whisper engage to myself in Picard voice before activating the FSD. It feels right.
It does feel right. Considering I was talking about Star Trek and the Next Generations, what I was referring to when I was talking about it. But us humans as a whole hate the unknown. We're scared of it. And I don't even say that, like, we're scared of each other. And I say that as a whole. We are scared of each other. And I don't know how to fix that. If I had the answers to those questions, well, I'd probably be dead because the world doesn't want to hear those. But this is a planet. This is a standard planet, in my opinion. I'm sure there's something interesting on this planet if I were to fly around it 5,000 times doing orbital scans, but I don't see it. And we're going to point this way, do the stupid again. By the way, doing the stupid means I'm not controlling my ship. I'm letting gravity, well, I'm letting flight assist and autopilot take over.
Just received a message from a friend. They spotted some interesting activity in this area recently.
Really? Do I have any friends in this area? I don't think I do. Okay. I want you to rotate. Friend markers. Alright, friend markers. They're not in this area. I'm assuming those are only online friends, though. I'm not sure this is the smartest idea to be in the galaxy map without looking at the screen. Even though I did know I pointed myself towards the sky last time I was there. But still, that was, not the smartest thing. At least with the camera mode, I can still see what's going on. I would say look at the lights down there in the crater, but that's just the game bugging out. I'm sure the light engine's just like, ooh. As I'm getting beauty shots of my ship.
I think we should institute a no gravity policy on the ship. Who's with me?
Considering we don't have artificial gravity as a technology in this world, I think we're already on the no gravity on the ship. Other than we are flying in a planet that has 1.4 Gs. So we are feeling gravity currently, but not a lot. So, yeah, I just saw there was a friend that came online. We turn everything else off. Don't need my now. Don't need my previous jumps. Actually, I want my previous jumps off now that I think about it. Mission markers and bookmarks. Okay. We also want to turn off Titans and rescue missions and counter-strike missions and abandoned stations. Okay, why does that change the whole galaxy map? Whew. That changed everything? So I don't know how friend markers work. And I also wonder why that abandoned starports does what it does. That's like crazy. But if I keep the map grid on, well, that's even.
You know what's even more terrifying than space? Your piloting skills.
Yep.
Just kidding, or am I?
Oh, maybe I won't see them because I'm not in the same groups? Though I'm going to guess most of these are in the same group I'm in. I'm actually, no. I'm in solo play. You know what? We can fix that. We'll see. I'm under the assumption that's.
We're in NGC.
I'm actually shocked that the game brought me to a stop. Don't level. I want you to auto
The
level.
maximum jump range for this ship is 76.23 light years.
Okay, you have to be in the same group. Haha. Interesting. Yep, that's where I do expect to see some of my friends. Okay, we want star names, we want nebula names, we want region names, I don't want constellations, I do want sectors and sector names. I don't need to see the connectors. I want my navigational markers. I don't think I want my previous jumps. I do want to see community goals. Actually, you know what? I don't need to see community goals and engineers while I'm traveling. I do want to see my bookmarks. I do want to see fleet carriers, but since I don't have any fleet carriers, I'm not sure that gives me anything. I don't think I care about under attack titans and counter strikes. Not least while I'm exploring. I'll turn on team markers even though I'm not in a team. And I need to remember previous jumps are turned off when I do want to see them. Okay, now we can go back to here. Plot my route to Drea Foe. Drea Foe. Yes, that is where I want to go.
37 jumps.
And then I'm on realistic stars. And yes, I make a weird zigzaggy pattern through these. Obviously, way below the galactic plane. Oh, not way below. Oh, wow. We're getting to a lot of old stars? Small stars. Protostars. Is that just a field? Yeah, it's just a field of protostars. Interesting. I mean, I know I'm towards the edge of the galaxy. It makes sense. And I'm going between kind of going between a gap, I guess. It's kind of hard to tell. Because this is an arm that's petering out somewhere. And I can't zoom out far enough. It looks like it ends here. And I don't know which galactic arm it is. It's obviously this one. You know, that would be an interesting thing to do. I may make that.
In the words of Douglas Adams, space is big. You just won't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. I mean, you may think it's a long way down the road to the chemists, but that's just peanuts to space.
I may start Sagittarius A star. Follow a whole arm around. And I just picked this one. Well, this is the one that brings me back to close to Sol. But follow it all the way around until it kind of peters out. Like right there. That may be kind of fun to do. How about go this arm? Takes me right through Sol. But it's kind of hard to tell where it looks like it merges. I should put this one. Where does this one go? This is the one that ends up at the top. Rip and over to the side. That one may be fun. I think I may have to do that. That would be a long journey. And I'm sure someone's doing that, but in the meantime, I'm hoping you are above. Oh, you're just above the horizon. We'll fly going up and dip at the last second. Though it may be close enough that you're just automatically going to go in. Yep. I think that's what I will do. Well, let's finish this little exploration tour, which I've already added detours to.
36 jumps from Dryafo, ND-C26-0.
This is one of the detours I'm going
Every time
to.
we find a virgin system, I get a little giddy.
Yeah. I'm only doing this just to get some codex filled out for a region I don't visit. Kepler's Reach. So a lot of this screen is going to be seen. More rambling of me. Are they all in the B star? They are all in the B star. Wow. Okay.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
I do find it amazing. I'm this far out from civilization, and I'm finding systems that have been discovered by other pilots.
35 jumps left toward target destination, Commander.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
I mean, just the odds. Actually, the odds are probably pretty good considering I went and visited the same things that they probably visited. Doing the nebula runs.
System scan complete.
And only because of the pretty space dust. But yeah, there's another one. Discovered by Mr. Woodchuck about a little over 2 years ago.
4, 3, 2,
And no one else since. Or at least no one else has been reporting data since. And I don't even know how many players have been playing Elite through its lifetime.
Are we there yet? Oh, 34 jumps still to go.
Yes.
Such fun.
I really need to edit you.
Looks like we are the first to visit this system. Congratulations.
We're not the first. We already know someone's discovered this system. You should have known that because you're the one that pulled up the freaking information in the first place.
frameshift drive charging.
Actually, I don't know. Where are you getting your information from? Why would you think this is the first discovered system?
Frameshift drive charging.
So this is what I don't understand. EDSM is reporting that the next system is an undiscovered system, but it's had traffic one time in its life.
4, 3, 2.
I mean, is there seriously someone's this not even honking? I don't. I mean, I guess there could be.
33 jumps remaining in our route. Shit, yeah. First one in. This system didn't stand a fucking chance.
I do like ED Copilot for the ability to guess if I'm the first to discover. It does make it kind of nice. Even if I need to go through the lines I have it say. This is not that all of exciting of a system. I can tell you right now. All rocky bodies and ice worlds.
One biological signal detected on body A1A.
Yeah. Biological signal of bacterium. Uh,
Scan complete.
yeah. Someone else can get that 5 million. Congratulations. Mark the system down. It's all yours.
Thirty-two jumps left to our target destination.
Oh,
Treaty.
32 jumps. Like, I need that reminder
We made it
every
first.
single time.
Who needs luck when you fly like this?
Yeah, fly randomly? Because really, that's what I'm doing. And what the algorithm says between me and my route, me and my destination on the route, which was picked randomly. Well, it wasn't picked randomly, I just picked it. Well, at least this one has some giants. Even if it's just one gas giant. Then maybe two.
One biological signal detected on body 6C.
Yep. Six C. Only landable in the system. Yeah. Not worth my time. Two, one, engage. Wonder how much trouble I would get if I had Jean-Luc Picard's engage. The soundboard.
We have 31 jumps left to go. You just kicked the door in and took my E. RI-M B7-0 without so much as a warning. Hot damn.
Yep. System of 4 bodies. And 3 of them are stars. And I'm going to guess the last one's a gas giant. And, oh, no. It's a heavy metal content world. Huh. And it's actually orbiting the main star. Well, let's say it. And it's a potato. It's literally a potato. With a 100% water atmosphere. Wow. And that's a very thick atmosphere. 5,454 atmospheres of water crushing down on top of you. And it would be hot. 1,400K. Whew. I wouldn't want to live there. I think you'd just drown trying to live there if you didn't boil alive.
We're now 30 jumps from dry FO ND-I C26-0. Discovery confirmed.
Well,
You just added a dot to the galaxy map.
I've added lots of dots to the galaxy map. And I'm pretty sure someone's out there has gone through and said, what the F is this guy doing out here? As they looked at the map and like realized they're not the first, and they see my name. Because I certainly go, what the F, when I see like what's someone else doing out here. Pretty gas giant. It's an okay one. I can say I've seen the pale blues, the pastel blues and purples. Maybe that's what I should do. And yet, I jump into the next system and I go the same. Like, what the heck is someone else doing out this way? But maybe that's what I should do. I should take a look at all the pretty gas giants, but only the pretty ones. Obviously, we should always look at any green gas giants.
We're now 29 jumps from dry FO ND-IC26-0. Holy fucking stars, mostly AWOL. You did it again.
We are not first this time. Again, you're accessing the same data as all the other software, and you think you're not. You think we're first. Okay. I don't understand how you think that's the case. And actually, I should check to see, but I can't imagine you're not accessing something that someone else is already or not accessing. This one has a few gas giants. And yes, I know I should remember the pattern of the arrows to know which way to start focusing in on the signal. But you know what? I'll save my brain power for other stuff. See, this is not a pretty gas giant. It's an okay gas giant. It's not a pretty gas giant. That's a nice color. Orange. And this gas giant. Yellow. Where's the ring? Isn't that pretty? This is going to have all the rest of the planets, I think. Yep.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Do-do-do-do.
Commander, I'm trying to decide between watching a space documentary or a space comedy. What do you think?
Space comedy. Spaceballs 2. Or we can watch Spaceballs 1 in anticipation of Spaceballs 2. Though, I will say,
28 jumps left to our target destination, Lover.
I don't know how they're going to do that movie without a few of the key characters.
Fuel scooping complete.
It'd be a sequel, like, what, 30 years, 40 years after we lost John Candy. I don't think Joan Rivers is still with us. And then there's Bill Pullman. Oh, I don't think we can do it. Mel Brooks waited too long. I will still probably go see it. I love the original Spaceballs.
Two biological signals
Actually,
detected on body 4.
any Mel Brooks movie, they're all good.
One biological signal detected on body 2.
And if you're out there listening to me and going, Mel Brooks, who? Just go watch his movies. All of them. In, including the ones everyone's going to say you shouldn't watch that hateful piece of whatever. Because those people are stupid and don't understand. Okay, there's that last one.
System scan complete.
Eh, but we have money on planets. We have money on planets. And you see, I was not the first one here, but I'm the first one that's going to scan these planets. Okay, Mel Brooks movies. Not what he's been in. What he's. Yes, he's known for Spaceballs and The Producers. He's known for a lot of movies. He did his. They did a his. Oh, that's right. He did do a History of the World Part Two miniseries, though. I don't want to do where he's the voice. I want to do where he's the director.
Welcome to our luxury space cruise, where the only destination is deep space and the only activities are sitting and waiting.
I did not know he did Dracula Dead and Loving It. Haha, I may have to go check it. He was an uncredited producer of The Fly. Oh, that's interesting. What? Blazing Saddles was not something. He must have written Blazing Saddles then. Yeah, Young Frankenstein. I thought so. I thought he wrote that one, but I'm not sure. Wasn't sure about it. He Now this I did not know. Mel Brooks created Get Smart. And if you don't know what that is, it was a TV series, and it makes sense Mel Brooks would be part of it. It was a James Bond spoof satire of James Bond, spy movie, spy TV series, and comedy. It was definitely a comedy, not necessarily a serious thing though. It probably had serious. And I did not know that was Mel Brooks. And yes, I could probably be showing you these things on the screen, but
Why does every abandoned space station
why
have
would do
spooky
it?
music?
Oh,
Do the
this
ghosts
is the
hide in sound
movie.
designers?
So yes, it makes sense. He wrote the movie. I was referring to this Get Smart TV series from the '60s, and this is before my time, but I loved watching this on TV. It's on Prime Video. I may have to go watch them again. Can I get in trouble for showing a trailer?
It's the 50th anniversary of Get Smart. This smartly written comedy combines slapstick and satire, making it an enduring comedy treasure.
Who said that, Riley? What's that? Happy anniversary.
Congratulations to Get Smart.
Yes, he's actually talking into a shoe.
Years from MeTV.
Only because I don't know what was coming next. I did not know this was a Mel Brooks show. That he wrote it and created it. Go watch it. It's funny. I know it's old TV. I know it's dating myself. But generally anything written by Mel Brooks is a good laugh. And it's thinking humor. Well, it's a mix of thinking humor and just crude humor. But there are times in it where you need to be thinking. You need to have a brain. And a lot of them are spoofs.
What would you do if I just started narrating everything in a Morgan Freeman voice? Don't tempt me.
Yeah, I would say that would be like probably pretty cool. We can make that happen. I'm sure that would go well with IP laws around the world. And next thing I know, I'm banned from Twitch from using an AI voice to make Morgan Freeman uh, narrate everything you say. And sadly, I don't know Morgan Freeman well enough to give him a call to say, "Hey, can you narrate this for me?" Actually, I don't even know him at all. Like I don't like know him well enough. Like I've met the man. Though I probably know people who have met the man, but I haven't. Morgan Freeman's not one of those I met. We're going awfully fast here. I could say, who out of my life, who have I met that's been famous? Let's see, Harrison Ford, Penn and Teller.
SHH, I'm trying to listen. No, not to you, to the hum. It's changed. It never changes. Why now?
And I know I'm sure there will be people out there who will be screaming at me because I had the chance. Well, actually, I did, and I can't remember. I'm going to say 80s era Washington Redskins football players, and I know a few of them
One biological signal detected on body 2.
were like famous at the time, but I don't remember who they were. And all as I can tell you was I only got to go. It was a luncheon for them. It's for the Boys and Girls Club of America. And I only got to go because there was an extra seat available. And my father was on the board of the local Boys and Girls Club. And actually, it was the girls. At the time, it was just the girls club of it, the girls part of it. And he was only on the board because it was it's one of the charities my family has always supported was Girls Incorporated. And my grandmother was heavy into the Girls Incorporated, so therefore it kind of became the family charity.
Orbital flight engaged.
Now entering orbital cruise for body 2. This one's an icy body. Gravity is 0.31 g. Surface temperature is minus 193 degrees Celsius.
But yeah, it was a luncheon. I was probably I don't know 8 to 9, and it was the whole team, or a good chunk of the team, was there, and they like it was pretty interesting. I was never big into sports. Even back when I was that age, I was never really big. Like I knew who the Washington Commanders, Redskins were, and are, and obviously everyone around that time. But I couldn't tell you who was actually there anymore because I just didn't. I'm sure I would hear names and be like, "Oh yeah, he was one of those the football stars." This is a highly unremarkable planet. And this is another one. Even in the light, I'm gonna struggle to find these bacterium, aren't I? At least this one's worth more money. Actually, what does this look like? Looks like a big black screen.
Do you think the board ever had casual Fridays? Like, everyone's in jeans but still assimilating planets?
Ugh, I don't know what this one fully looks like. It's another one that blends in. That's all I can tell you. Is that it? I think that's it. Yep, that's it. The composition scanner went off. So this is not too hard. It will stand out a little bit.
Congratulations, Commander. This looks like the first time we have found an aquamarine bacterium informer.
Okay, it's
Another
off
entry for our codex.
off and to my right
Around 8.42 million credits
or my
to get
left
a
when
sample.
I exit the ship.
Aquamarine bacterium informer has not previously been recorded by canon for this body, Your Hotness. First landing on this body. Your orders, Commander?
Stay with the ship. Don't blow it up. Those are my orders. Oop. It's going to help if I had the genetic sampler out.
That's our first sample collected, Commander. Now move at least 500 meters from here to find a different colony to continue the collection.
Yep. Do my normal. We're going to drive straight forward until we're out of the circle. We're going to drive straight. Here we go. Oh, there's one in front of me. I saw my composition scanner twitch. It's inside the circle.
We're at a suitable distance to take the next sample.
Yes, we are. Why we're going to change views. Take a look around. There is one right over here. Well, there's three of them actually. And nothing new. I didn't think I would learn anything new.
Location for an aquamarine bacterium informer. That's been logged in our codex, Commander. It's worth around 8.42 million credits if you collect a sample.
Yes. We gotta collect 3 samples. And I'm now wondering.
Second bacterium informer sample collected. One to go. Now move another 500 meters from here and find our last sample.
Oh, I'll test. I'll take a look on the next one I find. This is a flat planet. Pretty sky, though.
Find a new colony of this species, Commander.
Wish we had an option to always keep the HUD off when we enter camera mode. All right, there's something right over there. And this was not as complicated to find as the last ones. That's for sure. But look, I can sample here to here. Like, it's not because I'm in it, but I am in it. But I can. Where do you sample it? I mean, obviously, I'm wondering if I can sample anything square if I'm standing on the texture of this square.
Sample collected. Thank fuck for that.
But yet, when you scan it like this,
You motherfuckers again? Looks like we have scanned all of the species of interest on this body.
I don't know how it's coloring that. Yeah, there's not much. But look, I mean, yeah, okay, there's some hills and mountains that way, but everything else is just flat. And you can see the Milky Way and the magnetic clouds and another planet. And I don't know where I'm at, if you can see Andromeda. I don't see Andromeda. Oh, you can see two planets. Planet there, planet there. There's the local star. Of course, my ship is back this way. And I think this is a good place. Good place to stop, take a break, do other things. So I thank you for joining me on another rambling journey throughout the black of scanning useless plants, trying to figure out the economy of Elite Dangerous and why it's so out of whack, other than it's a game and so therefore it needs to be out of whack.
Anyone else think it's weird that we're hurtling through space on a giant metal tube? No? Just me? Okay.
The crazy AI with weird lines. But yes, I've been mostly AWOL. Thank you for listening to my ramblings and everything else. And this exciting gameplay of looking at stars, honking, and trying to find bacterium on a planet. And actually, gotta remember, this is a first footfall planet. Because I keep forgetting to turn it off because the auto detection is not working anymore.